Alright, so today I'm going to be answering questions for my Q&A, 10,000 sub special. First of all, thank you guys so much for subscribing, it really means a lot. Well, I'm not gonna waste any more time talking about how appreciative I am. You guys know I appreciate all of you, the support and everything, so let's just get right into the video. Alright, question 1. Where and how did you meet Armandus and Devkurka? Well, I met Devkurka, last year on the developer forums. Actually, he was making I needed someone to make a bot for me, the bot we have in Military Simulator right now. I needed someone to make that, and so I contacted him and he made that for me. And after that we kind of just figured that, hey, let's just work together, and we've been working together ever since, and it's been going great. The story with Amrundas is a lot older. I met him like 7 years ago roughly. I met him in another group called the United Kingdom 1940s, ran by Abieno Fernandez. I met him there, and we ran the police force of that group together. Eventually, he was a high rank actually in that group when I joined, and then I rose up in the ranks, and we just kind of connected after that, and we've been working together ever since. Question 2. Do you like red guards guarding you in game, guard Coruscant? It really depends really on what I want to do. So if I want to just play the game, then no. But if I'm there for like an event or something, then yeah, I appreciate having red guards. It's also a nice role of play aspect. Are you being held hostage by someone wanting free honor? No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Send help. How did you get the name Vikinglaw? My friend had a t-shirt where it said Vikinglaw on it, and it had like all of the laws of the Vikings. I think it's like 7 laws, and it was related to the Norwegian Special Forces. So off of that, I just kind of took the name and used it on Roblox because I thought it was really cool. What's your opinion about most of the TSU members being rocks? In my opinion, I don't think most of them are rocks. I think a lot of them are children, under 13, and I think it's sad that a lot of these children don't understand how to play the game. But I also think that due to the nature of the game, they're not really able to understand the concept, because they're more used to games like, you know, Arsenal or Adopt Me, you know, games like these that are very simple to understand. And Military Simulator kind of requires you to understand the border game and to have some social knowledge. And when you're little children, you don't necessarily have all of the skill sets required to play Military Simulator. So I think it's unfortunate, but I also think it's inevitable. What's better, bass or guitar? I don't think either is better. Personally, I play the guitar, but the bass can be really cool as well if you know what you're doing with it, so it kind of depends on the person, I guess. Where are you from? Well, let's face it, we're all from Genghis Khan, but if you mean where I'm born, I'm from Norway. Is being the premier of one of the biggest groups on Roblox stressful? How did you overcome that? It's not really that stressful. The financial pressure on me personally is a little bit more stressful than actually being the leader, because I have so much experience with leading that I'm kind of, you know, I feel very comfortable with that in particular. But the financial pressure and the reliability on the project to go well is definitely stressful, and sometimes I don't really overcome it. I just go for a jog or do something else, kind of detox, and then I come back and I'm all good. How is it to be running some large games, and what do you see in the future of all 3 games/groups? How it is? Well, it's really fun. It's amazing. I really enjoy it. And as for the future, I definitely just see growth and development, progress, improvements. It's not much more to it. I'm always gonna be working on these games to try and make them as good as possible. Did someone invest for you to do ads, or did you buy Robux yourself to start your groups? I actually had some Robux left after one of my older projects that I had been running. I had like 10,000 Robux or something. It was like the last little bits of Robux I had, and so I used that, and I kind of just snowballed from there. So using ads and then getting a positive return on ad spend, so getting more back as I spent it, and that's kind of how I got started. And what motivated me? Well, it's definitely my interests. You know, for example, Military Simulator is based around my interest in the military. I've always wanted to go into the army. And for example, Holy Roman Empire, I made that because I am a real huge fan of history and medieval times. And same goes for Star Wars. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars, so I made a group centered around it. Memes aside, do you appreciate the RA for getting you to where you are in life? Yes, definitely. I think I owe a lot of my success to the members of the community, and obviously as well to my own work. So it's a good balance between my own work and the work of the community. Now I definitely could never have made it this far alone. There's just no way. So yeah, the RA, I owe them my life essentially. When did you start learning how to develop? I started developing at least 5 years ago. I'm only a builder, but I've been building for fun for at least 5 years, maybe longer. Is your family aware that you run a business? If so, are they accepting? Yes, my family is very well aware of my Roblox groups. My siblings actually play it sometimes, and my mother has been checking it out, and yeah, they're very accepting. When I first started, they were kind of hesitant because I dropped out of school to do Roblox, but now they think it's really cool. So yeah, definitely a lot of support from the family. Have you ever tried contacting someone who copied your game? I don't think there's anyone that's necessarily copied my game. Well, there's obviously these knockoffs that no one plays, where they just completely stole the map, like literally went in studio and stole my map. But apart from that, there's a few like military simulator knockoffs, I guess, where it's clearly inspired by military simulator, but it's not, you know, stolen, it's original. And so I don't really mind these games that are inspired by military simulator. Obviously, I would appreciate some credits for the layout and stuff like that, but if they don't want to give it, I can't really demand it because it's fair use. So as long as they don't use any of my assets, then I'm perfectly fine with it, honestly. When are you gonna do a face reveal? I'll do a face reveal with a webcam at 100,000 subs. When did you first start making games? Oh yeah, this is a good question. I started making games right after I met Armandus. We actually took over the United Kingdom's group. We got our own version of it, and after that we've been making games ever since. Yeah, that's about it. It's like 7 years ago. I made my first game when I was like 11, and we got like 200 players. That's pretty amazing, actually. I have to brag about myself there a little bit. 11-year-old getting 200 players to play this game and actually enjoying it. That's pretty amazing. Why did you choose Skyhopper as Deputy Premier over than other? And then there's Jazz Doyle guy. Online dating, low. No, we never online dated. I have never online dated in my entire life, and I actually think it's kind of weird. I mean, I don't judge people for doing it, but personally, in my opinion, if you can't touch or see the individual that you're supposed to have a romantic relationship with, then I don't really see how you can fall in love with someone like that. But regardless of that, we chose her because of her hard work and stuff like that, and her dedication to the project, and because of her knowledge. She's been in the group for a very long time, and she was recently removed. But you know, apart from that, she did a great job while she lasted. What made you decide to become a game developer? Well, you see, when I have an interest, so when I get a passion, for example, that passion is usually very, very strong, to the point where I really need to experience it firsthand. So, for example, with Military Simulator, I had a period where I was extremely interested in the Cold War and the Soviet Union and the military, so I really had to do something about that. So I decided to develop a game that's centered around these type of interests, so that I could experience it more firsthand from a very, very unique perspective. And that is really my main motivation for making all of my games. How long TSU exists? TSU is a little over 1 year old, so it's relatively young, at least relative to other projects on this platform. What is your motto?
You only live once. YOLO
is my motto. I don't really live by a motto. I just think that you should try and be the best person you can, be kind, and realize that
You only live once. YOLO.
it's okay to make mistakes, because at the end of the day it really doesn't matter as long as you're not actually ruining someone. And on top of that, I also think that you should try and enjoy life as much as possible, because it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you just have fun. What was the stupidest thing a rock DM'd you about? Well, really, I don't really get all that many stupid DMs. I get like the occasional copy pasta, and then I get like, "Sir, please give me rank," and then I get like the occasional request for honor, unbans, and things like that. But like the thing that I think is extremely dumb is when people like make a whole presentation about their accomplishments in this platform, and then they go like, "Oh hey, I see 5th Rifles has no leader, can I take over, bro?" And I'm like, no. Alright, that's all the questions that I'll be answering. If you guys want me to make a part 2, I can probably do that actually, a part 2 of this video, and then at 20k subs, I'm gonna be doing the Vikinglaw cooking show, and an apartment tour, so you guys better subscribe so you guys can get those sweets. Thank you for watching.